Hello, 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 everyone. I trust that your day has been blessed. If you are alive and I'm alive, then it means the Father has been good to us. So, good evening to you, wherever you are. I know in countries like Australia and some other places it is daytime. Please do me a favor by sharing this program. I feel that a lot of us, as parents, family members, guardians, we will benefit from it. So, please do me a favor by sharing onto others. I've been out, but I just thought to myself, when I come back, I need to talk about this because I know this is a week that our children are receiving their results and they are going to be progressing to the next level, but there are other factors that are involved also. So I think it's very important for us to be mindful as parents, as guardians, family members, how we approach the season whenever the season comes. So please do me a favor by sharing this so that many others can come on board. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Bear with me. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, it's been great. I trust that your day has gone well. We are grateful for life. We're grateful for life. Yes. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just wanted to check that everything is fine. Thank you. Right. So I just wanted to let me just wait another minute so we can allow others to join. Thank you for joining. I do apologize. Every now and then, I know my shows are last 2 Sundays of the month, but every now and then, as you can see, I will bring out some content that I feel is necessary. I don't have to wait till last minute to hear it out. So when things pop up and I feel that is something that I need to talk about on this platform, that is why it will just come without a reminder. So thank you very much for your patience. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If YouTube is your preferred means of social media handle, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Practical Talk with Floris Lyman. And obviously, if you're on Facebook, you can follow my page. As you can see, let's just give 1 or 2 minutes. As you can see, the topic I want to talk about briefly tonight. I just felt that I can't go to bed without talking about this because I know already, in some homes, there is no peace. Some parents are downtrodden, equally so some students, some of our children are feeling stressed already. Some of them have received their results and some of them are happy, some of them are jumping up and down, but you have some who have already gone into depression. And in seasons like this, some of them will feel so much pressure to the point of giving up. And we don't want that. So what do we do as family members and as parents, even though sometimes we might not like the outcome? Every parent has an expectation. Trust me, I was raised by, typical African parents. I know the expectations that they had for myself and my siblings. However, sometimes that's not the case. There is a saying in my language, say, you go born picking, you know, born your heart. It means, that child that you've brought out into the world, you might want all of those things, some of the things that we did not achieve as parents. We want our children to be, we want, if I did not become a supermodel, I want my child to become a supermodel. So from day one, I'm going to start dressing. We put unnecessary pressure on our children. I have learned, and I believe a lot of us have learned alongside this, especially if you are living in the diaspora. It's been a huge benefit and an eye opener for me as a parent since I raised my children here. But I believe if you're joining me from Africa and other parts of the world, there are some things that all of us as parents will benefit from when it comes to the education for our children. So I believe not only here in Europe, but in other countries, our children have received or they are about to receive their results, be it GCSEs or A levels or college, even universities. They've all been receiving um, they've all been receiving um, their their grades. Yeah, they've all been receiving their grades, and you know, some like I said earlier on, some people are rejoicing, some people are clapping, laughing, jumping up and down, and some of our children are depressed, especially during the season. It's been such a tough season for them, and also majority of them, they never had exams. Because I remember for my own child, my own children, my son is going to university and my daughter is going to sixth form, to college. And for my daughter's case, they started their exams, their mock exams, and in the middle of it, I think they only done four papers, and in the middle of it, that's when we went back into second lockdown. That was not good at all. It just threw them off completely. But again, that was this was something that affected the whole nation. We're talking about nations right across. So there is nothing really that could have been done, and as a result, the government brought out a statement that exams will not take place anymore. Students will be assessed. There were various forms of assessment for students, or students have to build up a portfolio of series of tasks that was given to them. And let's not forget, some people do well in exams. So removing the exams completely, somebody might want to say, oh, well, you should be doing well anyway. No, some people are good at classwork. Some people are good when you set them homework, right? Some people are good in exams. So for those students that were waiting for exams and exams did not happen, okay, we can say, like we said, sometimes don't put all your eggs in one basket, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is, some of us, we are like that. We wait for the exams. That's when we study. It's like we function when we are under a bit of pressure, you know. So, um, so as a result, you know, exams did not take place and the gradings have been done. But they are just basic principles. Whether exams are taking place or not, at the end of the day, there is a time for them to receive their results. And I think our role as parents, see, I have learned our role as parents now that our children have got their results is to support them. I'm talking from the pastoral point of view. I'm talking from my experience of being ahead of learning. Even though I am with Key Stage 3, but I have part of my experience working in a school. I have worked with I've helped to do careers for students progressing to post 16, as in going to college and sixth form. So I've quite a bit of experience in careers. So I'm that kind of person that will advise your child to say, okay, you didn't get your so amount of GCSEs, but this is another route that you can use. And a lot of the times, most of us parents, we don't know that there are other routes. So, for example, now maybe your child has come out. Um, Thank you. Just bear me a minute. Thank you. Thank you. So maybe your child has come out now and they don't have, for example, the grades that they were expecting to have. You know, Your child wants to go to the best sixth form. Your child wants to go, they wanted this particular subject, they wanted an A, they wanted 9, they wanted 8 in this particular subject, but now the results are out. For some, that's the case. We see students having straight A's, A's and B's, A, B's and C's. Now they have changed them to numbers in some countries. So, for example, here they have changed to nines, 8, 7, 6, and you can get up to 4, and some of our children are going to have what they were expecting. Some of them are going to have that target, but not everybody is going to have the target. Some of them might fluctuate in their targets. Yeah, some of them might fluctuate in their targets. Some of them actually will fall way below expectations, and they will be discouraged. Yeah. Some of them, maybe they never prepared at all, they never took part in anything, they never did their assessments, they never done anything. So there is that part of responsibility that we have to hold them accountable for. However, if it is done, it is done. We are now dealing with the reality that the results are out. The results are out. So what do we do as parents? Now, from my own experience, yes, we celebrate the child that's done well. They've really worked hard and everything. We also celebrate the child that we know that, yes, worked well, but we don't know what happened. Since everything just changed, like in this situation coming from this COVID, they were unable to take exams, they were assessed, um, again, your child has the right to appeal their grades, but please check with your school, because each school will be different. I'm sure if you check on the statement that the Department of Education has brought out, and you will be able to find out whether you can appeal, since they did not really do an examination, per se. Please go on to website. This is the time again for us as parents to be proactive. Go on your school website. You can phone the school, phone your children's school, to find out whether, if you're not happy, because that used to be the case. If your child is not happy about their results, they can actually ask them for a remark. But again, exams did not happen, so you need to call up the school. You need to find out whether there is still room for appeal, since there were no exams. So you will be able to know that. That's number one. Number two, you have what we call the core subject, with maths. Maths and English are the main core subjects, but for students who want to go into science career, so for example, maybe they might want to go into nursing, medicine, engineering, and all those. So they definitely need to have a pass in their maths and English. So, for example, now that's a core subject. So, for example, if your child has come out with the results, for example, if they've done their GCSEs and they've come out with their results and they did not pass, maybe, for example, especially maths. A lot of us, I had issues with maths growing up. Math was not my strongest point, and most times, some of our children do have a challenge in that area as well. So, if your child has not done well in their maths, just to let you know, as long as they are not 19 yet, especially if they live in London, I can tell for London, I don't know for other countries, they can still do their maths, they can still recite their core subject. You can make an arrangement to recite in your school, or you can do it whilst they've progressed to sixth form or to college, or if they are doing a vocational course. There is so much. I think for parents, it's very, very good for us to find out. There is so much available. The reason why I'm saying this, I can imagine some of us parents, screaming at our children, "Oh, you didn't have this," and we are comparing, but that other child, that so and so person's child had this. They came with all A's, with all 9, and you start putting the child down. Mate, the reality is they didn't have it. But it's at the end That's not the end. That's not the end, right? That's not the end. There is always another way out for your child. Even if you're living in Africa, I know things have changed a little bit, you know. Another thing for us as parents that we need to be mindful of, at this point, we should be able to identify if our children are the kind of children that want to take a university route or they want to take a vocational route. Yeah, some of our children are very good with their hands. Some of them are excellent with their hands, but they struggle when it comes to just thinking, even to write, to put pen to paper. And let's not forget, we have some of our children who are autistic as well. Does not mean they are stupid, does not mean they are foolish. Also, we have autistic children who are brilliant. It's just that their way of learning has to be a bit adjusted for them. So there is so much available. So this is the time. We've seen students, throughout my year, I've seen students that I've seen for like 7 generations. I've been working in education for at least 8 years now, and I've seen like, in my school, I've seen like, 7 generations of students who have come and who have gone. And you've seen some students who have come to say, you know what, I left uni because actually university was not for them. Some have gone into tertiary education. Some have gone into other vocational, there are some vocational courses that you can do. You have BTEC courses, you have foundational courses. There is so much opportunity. Even if, let me say, your child's results were so low, there is a place of starting for them. That's how things work in this part of the world. And maybe if you're a parent in Africa, you know, it's becoming very common now that young people are taking their lives because of the stress. And I can understand because in Africa, a parent spends money, a parent can sell everything they have to pay for their child's schooling. So I can understand the frustration and the upset of the parent if their child does not do well. However, that is not the end. That is not the end. You know, this is a time for us, things have changed. Things have changed. At the end of the day, I remember when I was growing up, and God bless my father, God bless him. And sometimes when we reject some things that our children want to do, I'm sure it's because we just want the best for them, but in the same time, we are actually stopping them. Maybe it's good for us to ask them questions. Okay, why do you want to do this? Just ask them questions and actually find out. Then you can see, okay, is this just a fantasy? Is it just something they're thinking that they're going to change their minds? Somebody once said to me, you know what, they are young. They can experience if they go into one particular course and they don't want it, that's fine. Let them leave it and move on. Because the thing is, they have to have their own experiences. We cannot force them. You can take the horse to the river, but you can't force them to swim. We can only pray, we can only pray for God to direct their paths. That's the best we can do as parents, and support them wherever we can. Like I said, I have learned along the way. I've learned along the way. There is no formula. There's really no formula. I've just learned along the way. So, identifying your child's strength. If they are not somebody that wants to go to university, don't push them to go there. There are many other ways. There are many. If they want to go, then support them to go. If they want to go and learn other things, other skills, support them to push it to the end. You have apprenticeships, you have so many other things that governments are initiating, governments are encouraging young people to do, to pursue their careers. So nobody should be left out. I think as a parent, you can now become overly worried if your child is not interested in anything at all. And when I say anything, absolutely nothing and everything. I think that's when you know, you now have to think, okay, what do they really want? And maybe at that time, it's hard. Some of them might not want to do anything. They just want to have a break. I remember, one day my daughter was talking about, oh, what if I go and I want to have a gap year, blah, blah, blah. And I said to her, well, people do take gap years and they take gap years for various reasons. So you first of all want to think about the reason why you want to take the gap year, not just sit down, because it's like whatever you're doing it with a flow, and you have to be mindful when you break the flow. Again, if your mindset is not in a good place, if your mindset is not in a good place, there is no point. If you touch something, it's not going to work, it's not going to be productive. But if you feel that you need to take a break, for people do have issues, family issues come up, sometimes mental issues come up, you know, people have issues here and there. So if they need to take a break, it's up to them to take a break. I think it's for us, like I said, ask questions, and if they are insisting, we support them to take a break. Thank you so much. So those are the things we need to be mindful as parents. Like I said, I am learning, you know. Yes, of course, I had my own expectations. But again, another thing to notice, every child is different. Every one of your children are different. So sometimes this is another thing that causes strife among siblings. Because if the first one, and this is something, as you know, as a head of learning, I deal with this a lot with parents. You have a parent that has a child, for example, in year 10, and the other child is in year 7, and that parent is already comparing, the two siblings together. That's not a good thing for us to do as well, because that child that's in year 7, they are just beginning to experience their secondary stage of life and learning. They are still going to be in a primary mood. It takes a whole lot, like at least 2 years. Some of them don't realize things until they get to year 9, because everybody has their own pace. So you can't be saying, yeah, it's true that the other should leave a good example for the, but every child is different, their personalities are different. So also that's another area for us to be mindful as parents, not comparing, because if we don't stop that as parents, then by the time you think one sibling, you've had stories where they said this sibling done something to the other because they thought, oh, my mom loves my sister more than me, or my mom loves my brother more than me. You've had so many stories. So please, this is just my own little piece of coin I'm dropping, because yes, the A-level results have been out, BTech results have been out. Towards the end of the week, you're having the GCSE results coming out as well. Parents, just do what we can. Let's support our children, and let's also pray for them. If you can pray, if you can encourage them, like I said, you might not be happy with the result deep down for some of us, yes, but let's just put that aside and help them. Let's not forget, it's been a tough year for everybody. If your child managed to do their learning online, which was such a challenge to get them up in the morning to do, some of them had like 90% attendance online, some of them had 80, some of them struggled, some of them had 50, 60, because some of them were struggling, just being on the screen for how many hours, in the day, not compared to when they are in school in person. They're going up and down, they go through lesson changes and all of those things. So I'm just calling for us to calm down. All is not lost. It's the time for us as parents to go and read. There's lots of information out there. You can go and read. Go on websites. Go on college websites. Go on careers websites for 16 plus. Progression 16. That's how it's called in some other institutions. Just go and read and support your child. Let's support our children, because we need to support them emotionally. They themselves will not be happy. Some of them won't be happy with their grades. They will be dealing with that. Then imagine they are dealing with that. Then they are dealing with a nagging parent. Oh, you should have done better. Yes, we know they could have done better. We know some of them got distracted. Come on, we were all young people. We were all once young people. We know, especially the age in which we are living now, the distraction is so much. It is so much. But you know what? We all went through, if not the same things, but a little variation. But we were all young people. Some of us were distracted from year 7 to year 11. We were distracted, but for the grace of God. But we were able to pick ourselves back up. How many of us now, even as parents, we are still learning? Some of us as parents, we are in a school, we are learning, we are developing ourselves. So just to let us know, imagine that your child at the 16, I know we want the best for them. We don't want them to delay. We don't want them to have those issues that some of us had. It's just that it's just part of life. Some of them might go through, not all, but we just have to be prepared to support them. Say, I am here. I'm here. I'm here to pray. I'm here to tickle you a little bit. Yeah, I will push you a little bit, but not pushing them to the edge where they are breaking down or they want to feel suicidal because mom is comparing me with my friend, blah blah blah. So just an encouragement for us. If you need any help, this is a time as a parent to be proactive. Once again, phone your children's school if you want to speak to the careers advisor. And again, just to let us know, for those of you, maybe your child has not done any application to college, don't give up. You can still phone up the college. Yes, you can phone up the college and ask them if they still have a place, and they will let you know whether your child can apply. Don't feel bad if they did not get their first place. There are other colleges. It depends on the child. I believe it depends on the child. If your child can go to Oxford, to Harvard, to all the posh places, that's fine. Those who can go to we've had children who have gone to other places, local government colleges, they have come out with flying colors. So I believe in wherever your child is, it's up to the child. The child is determined to do, and as parents, let's just support them that you can do it. You can do it. Regardless of the location, they can do it. So if they did not get their first place, there are many other places they can apply to. Don't be too overly stressed. There are many other places they can apply to, and they will accept them. Okay? So those are some of the things that we can do. If your child is going to university, if they did not get their first choice, they also have the option of getting their second and third choices. And also, if at all they did not get any place, you have what is called clearance. They can go and make the applications through UCAS, and they can go to the clearance section. Just follow the instructions. That's for people living here in United Kingdom. But I believe some of the principles we have spoken about cuts right across, whether you're a parent in any other part of the world. The point we are making tonight, let's not be too overly stressed with our children. Result does not speak the best of somebody. Trust me, I might not be good with results, but I am excellent at other things. So results will not determine the lives of our children, even if the results are out. And there are still other things that can be done to enhance. There are so many routes. For example, maybe if it was going to take your child 4 years to get to university, but because of their results at the moment, it might take them 5 years. If they still want to do it, let them do it. You have what is called a foundational route. You have entry route. You have introductory. There is so much. There is so much to still help your child to get to where they want to get to. But if we are pulling them down, that's not going to help us. So I just want to pray for these children. I don't know whatever position you are at as a parent. Like I said, it's an encouragement for all of us. But Psalms 127 verse 3 to 5 says, children are a heritage from the Lord. That's why we can't give up on them. It says they are an offspring, a reward from God Himself, like arrows in the hands of a warrior, are children born in one's youth. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. They will not be put to shame when they contend with their opponents in the court. I just want us to pray for as many of us parents. You're thinking, oh, you know what? Especially from a typical African or Asian background, I know the honor that parents take. You know, you want to see that dad that is proud on the graduation day of their children. Some dads are never there, but on that day of the graduation, they show up and they take all the glory. But I just want us to pray that it is the Lord Himself who has blessed us with His children. So, whatever, whether you feel like your child is there yet, or your child is not there, or it feels like they are very slow, or it feels like the child is not interested, let's not change our confession. I just want us to pray that no, you will become a blessed child. You will be successful. Those are the confessions we should make upon our children. I pray that in my heart over the children, the young people that I work with in school. I've changed my language. I never say to them, oh, you will not become of anything. You will not. Who said so? I can meet them up my road, 5 years up the line. And they will be in their suit and saying to me, Miss, you told me that I will never become anything good. No, that's not my position. So I want us to just pray and confess over your child. If your child is not looking like it right now, does not mean they will not change. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I've seen it on several occasions. Just looking at my own two, I've got two teenagers and they are different. They are different. But I pray the same prayer over them. Sometimes when they are looking like they are not up to it, I just pray over them. You shall come out good. The Lord have given you to me as a heritage. You are a blessing. You are a gift. The children, they are a gift. So how do you handle a gift? You handle a gift in a way that you cherish it so much. And that's what we do anyway. That's how we provide for them. We want to make sure everything is good for them, from our perspective as parents. So, I want to say as a parent, a mother, a father, a guardian, a foster care, whatever position you are looking after a young person, continue to support them. Sometimes, yes, they can be a pain in the neck. Sometimes some of them have gone wayward. Some of them, but they come back to the place of restoration. Amen. They come back to the place of restoration. Isaiah 61, verse 8 to 9 says, I will make an everlasting covenant with them. Their offspring shall be known among the nations, and their descendants in the midst of the people. All who see them shall acknowledge them. Ooh, that they are an offspring of the Lord. Our children are the future generations. Our children are the future generation. Do you think, where did people like Obama started, Bill Clinton, leaders in other nations all over the world? How did they start? That's the place where some of our children are right now. They don't look like it, but we need to continue. It's just like watering a seed that has been sown. We continue to water it. How do we water it? No matter the challenges, no matter how the heat of the sun is hitting us, no matter what, we got to hang in there. Hang in there. They are a future generation. So continue to pray and continue to remain hopeful that your child is a blessing. Your child will be successful. Your child will develop. I don't care whether they've gone through their ups and downs. That is part of life. You and I as parents, we have gone through our ups and downs. But we want to declare that our children are a blessing. They are for signs and wonders. Hallelujah. They are for signs and wonders. They shall succeed. Yes, they will make mistakes. They might not have listened, but they learn as they go through. So, as the results are out, once again, I'm here to encourage all of us, including myself, that all is not lost. Knowledge is power. This is the time to find out whatever information we need to find our parents to help our children to progress. Seek all the support that you need. It is available. Thank you and have a very blessed evening, a very blessed night, a very blessed day for wherever you're joining. Again, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you are through YouTube, Practical Talk with Lois Lyman, remember to subscribe if this channel has been a blessing to you, and also follow us on Facebook. Thank you for joining. I know this was just a brief notification, but I just felt like I needed to just share on this before the day is ended. So thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. Bye bye.